Hello guys! Welcome everybody to Mando Monday. This is the series where you guys ask the questions and I, of course, answer them. This can be to do with anything related to Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO, or now CS2 Investing, anything current or future update related. If that's CS2's full launch, the next set of skins, whether if that's through a case or possibly an operation, what could that bring to the table, and of course, Paris related. If you have any questions about anything we just discussed, or something later on in the video, or maybe something random you have, leave it down below this comment section or any other one of my videos. Ask Mando, then ask your question. It's usually easiest and best for me to find it that way. Now, last week, or I guess the week before, because we forgot to upload, we did a giveaway for the AK slate with the Copenhagen Flamescraft. I have not forgotten about it. And of course, we also have a 20k giveaway, which we will discuss in a little bit as well. Now, we have a quick PSA before we hop into the questions, but before we do any of that, here's a quick word from today's video sponsor. Now, today's video sponsor is Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is a trading site for your CSGO skins. It's one of the easiest and safest ways to swap out your inventory for something new. Extra cash on every trade gets added to your balance. It also has a 30% deposit bonus. And if you use the link in the description or use my code Mando in two different ways, one which adds 5%, totaling out to 35 for your deposit bonus, and if you're a first-time user, you can get up to a free $5 on your first trade. They also have a freebies tab where you can enter giveaways for free. If interested, it'll be the top of the link in the description below. So last week we missed Mando Monday, and I'm really sorry about it. I felt pretty bad about it. I was gonna upload it around Tuesday. Updates kept piling in, and as you guys may have noticed, I have missed the past couple of updates to talk about them on YouTube, besides yesterday's. I'm in the process of moving right now, and it's just so hectic, very hard to get a setup together. And as it goes through the video part of Mando Monday, I have no idea where this is going to be recorded. It might be recorded in the backyard, might be recorded in the middle of nowhere, or possibly in the car. I'm not sure. And for everything else, I have a whole Lego collection, so moving that a couple hours away from where I was, it's pretty difficult. I thought about making a video on it. I have some footage, not sure if I will, and I also have a cold to top everything's off. But in the next couple of weeks, at least hopefully for the full launch of CS2, videos should be coming out pretty regularly. I've kind of transitioned from making daily videos to bi-weekly, I would say. Maybe every other day, every 3 days, sometimes once a week. But the videos have a lot higher quality than they used to be, and you guys seem to also enjoy them as well with the CSGO commentary format. Now, our first question up here is from Chaz, and this is regarding the CS2 Hype. CS2 Hype is going to be huge, and I'm 100% sure it will outlast the closed beta. Playing it is very different from watching an infinite Dust 2 loop. I firstly will mention these are questions also from last week we didn't get a chance to make a video on, but there's also some new ones as well. What this question means is we were talking about the CS2 Hype a little while ago, and how when the servers died down, it pretty much died. No one was talking about it, no one was talking about Counter-Strike 2, and everyone was fine with playing Go. As it goes for me, I need something refreshing. I want to play CS2 so bad. I yet have not gotten access to it, which is really sad. And it also sucks for everyone else who hasn't gotten it either. But that's just the luck of the draw, I guess. I'm sure it's all randomly done and not manually, at least for most people. As it goes with skins, there was a pretty big drop off for a little while. They started to go back down. I mean, you just look at cases. They were all over $1, and now they're all under that right now. Maybe now it's a little different since last week's update affected that, but who really knows? The last CS2 Hype as well, when it first got announced, versus this second wave with new people going into the game, skins also aren't as expensive. I'm sure that's because the FOMO has somewhat died off of what's going to be expensive and what's going to be not, and what people are actually willing to pay for with those specific prices. We'll also take the Vulcan for an example here. Now, this is somewhat niche because it's in factory new, but I think it still proves its point. Over $1,000 in April 20th to the 23rd, and you'll see that specific date set for pretty much any weapon that had an all-time high. And then as of right now, with this new CS2 beta, it's around 800 to 900, specifically 890 on a place like Buff. Our next question up here is from Poppy, and this is regarding the Desert Eagle heirloom. Some people are saying that the Desert Eagle heirloom will go up in price since it looks like the default Eagle inside CS2. And Valve is changing the models for CS2. What are your thoughts about this? I think this is price manipulation, and I couldn't agree more. Investing or saying something that's a good idea to buy right now because of how it looks inside CS2 is the most idiotic thing I have ever seen in my life. There's very few things I would personally buy inside Counter-Strike 2 that are available inside CSGO for a cheap price, especially if they already are cheap. That means people either one, haven't found out, or number two, the hype isn't big, and number three, probably the most important one, is people know not to buy it because they know it's just going to come down anyway. This happened with the Scout Acid Fade, where it was actually looking pretty good inside CS2. People didn't buy it though because they already knew, well, that's what it looked like inside CSGO and CS2, and it was probably going to get nerfed. People did not learn this lesson though with the Opposite and Leo. This went almost to $100, dropped back down to around the default price, and now here we are. This will most likely happen with a silent update with the case hardened gloves as well. And as it goes for the default weapons and how they look inside CSGO going into CS2, people thought this about the Cartel as well. With the AK, how it looks very default, they're not going to change it. I think personally they're going to change the wood on that AK to look like the CS2 AK. That is just my opinion though. Now our next question is just something I'm going to brief over. Would you think a CSGO investment firm would work? This is a genuine question, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you. The reason I'm going to brief over it and not go too in depth on it is my simple answer is not really no. There's been a lot of people coming into the CS scene in the past, I would say 2 to 3, maybe 5 months, really ever since CS2 got announced, a little bit before as well, especially with the YouTube side of things with making videos. I'm not throwing any shade at these people specifically, it's just they're treating CSGO like it is a real investment like the S&P 500. It's completely different. CSGO doesn't work like these other markets, nor do things go up or down based off of that. Most things go up or down based off of updates and just how the community feels. Kind of goes with that old saying I have, just because something is rare doesn't mean you can set whatever price you want for it, and that goes specifically very well with CSGO. A lot of people who treat CSGO like a stock market think that's a reason these things will be really successful. I saw a couple videos a few weeks ago in regards to sticker packs from 2015, 2016 and how they're going to blow up one day. Sure, they're going to go up over time, but they're not as good as what you can buy right now with money you could just put into something newer. Because they're more liquid, more people are going to use them. This is more of a niche and collector's item. This is just one of many points I could probably make in a CSGO commentary. If you guys are somewhat interested in that, let me know down below. Our next question is in regards to profit from Valve. Wouldn't Valve profit more from letting us withdraw from the Steam wallet if they put like a 40% fee on withdrawal? I've gotten this question quite a bit too over the past year or so since we started Mando Monday. I think there's a couple reasons why we haven't gotten a withdrawal feature on Steam. The main reason, it's probably a big to-do, big hassle for Valve. Probably a lot of legal issues behind it as well. You got to have KYC, and you'd probably also have to add that to Steam. To know your customer, you have to upload your ID, make sure you're over 18, make sure what you're doing is legal, and you also get a tax document at the end of the year, which is something I don't think they want to do because it'll push more and more people away. Doesn't necessarily mean everyone's doing illegal activity. That's just my thoughts on that though. I also think they could be waiting to launch some sort of Steam 2.0 situation, very similar to how CS2 just got released. Steam is very old. The UI is clunky. Everything just looks very slow, which it is for the most part, but it works. And that's why people enjoy it. And that's why it's considered one of the best. But it could be a reason they're not going to add anything new to this older system. Now, the number you use as a 40% fee is absolutely insane. Obviously, that's extremely high, but there would be some bozos that do that. But if it has KYC and all the other measurements as other third-party sites, I'm not sure why you would use this. I'm going on a different tangent here, but this is going back to a question and commentary I had a few months ago with how Valve one day could shut down all the CS sites, right? Open up their own, as in Steam, the Steam market, but also the Steam marketplace where you could buy and sell skins with a very low or very high fee. If everything else is shut down and also can't trade with those people or any other site, they can pretty much set whatever the fee they want and we can't really say much about it. Now, our next question up here is an absolute banger. And this guy says, new CSGO player here. Do you think the CS community values scarcity or popularity more? Example, a factory new knife with limited quantity, like a Karambit Knight, 44 in existence versus a popular knife, like a Karambit Doppler, Sapphire / Ruby, and there's several hundreds in existence. So very good question. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to say most people in the CS community can probably agree that most people value popularity over scarcity. I know I can agree with that just because I've been burned so many times on scarcity. Your situation with the very rare knives, but they're not that expensive, I've gotten burned on before, and I learned this the hard way. And let's be real, who really wants a Karambit Knight versus a Karambit Doppler? Yes, there is a price difference, but there's a big reason why people actually pick up the Dopplers rather than the Knights. Yes, they are rare, but people want what's hot and just the new commodity in that moment. You look at the Desert Eagle Blaze just over a month ago, went to $1,400. Everyone and their mom's dog was wanting it, even though everyone was saying you probably shouldn't pick it up because it's going to go down. That's also the reason CS prices go the way they do when a new hype comes out. The same thing goes when a team, let's just say, retires, or a player. Kenny S retired. His sticker went 5x overnight. Now, for someone like him, it's a little different because it actually stayed a little bit. Let me know what you guys think down below. Now, our next question is a little more personal, I gotta say. How do you manage gaming, Luke? I feel like many people are addicted to CS, including me. I don't want to quit, especially before CS2, but it's ruining a lot of things IRL. Keep up the good content, man. So people might find this question to be really stupid. You just have a quick answer, which is just not by playing CS. But I definitely see where you're coming from, and I actually experienced this myself, and I still experience today. It just sometimes throughout the year. I feel like once you play CS, you're addicted forever. It's a good game. It's a fun game. It is the best game out there. Really, the only thing I can say is just do it with moderation. You don't have to play every single day. Something that helped me realize what I was doing with CS long before I started YouTube was I knew I wasn't going to go pro. So why are you practicing every single day? Obviously, you want to get better. So don't not play for 2 weeks in a row, right? Play every other day. Play 1 out of 3 days. Balance it out a little bit more. Don't play every single day for 6 to 7 hours. Play every other day for maybe 4 hours. It's just an example. And learn to enjoy other other games and play some things with some friends. There you go. I don't know how else I could really answer that personally. Our second to last question up here for this week is from Shen. Do you think knife prices will ever come down? They have to, right? I'm sure Valve will do something to regulate them. So first things first, I'm going to say Valve is not going to regulate anything, but I also got to say, who really knows? I've learned with Valve over the past 10 years of my life, whatever you think is going to happen is not going to, or they're going to do something completely different. Throw something out of left field. They'll throw something that no one pointed out or expected the entire time. People think the M4A1S or the M4A4 is going to get buffed or nerfed. They'll throw in a brand new weapon. You just never really know with them. But as it goes for knife prices, I don't really see them coming down anytime soon. They don't really have a reason to. As it goes to regulation, just like gambling and just like anything else, you go in a pretty rough territory. You start to go down a very dark path. If they regulate knives, what's with them possibly not regulating everything else? And this is how CSGO is so popular in the community market and just skin prices in general. It's because they're set for whatever price they want them to, being us, the players. The reason sapphires and rubies are so expensive is one, they're very rare, but there's millions upon millions of people who play this game that enjoy it, like popularity, and value popularity with scarcity at the same time, and that's how certain prices are made. But I gotta say, yes, knives are very expensive. Now, the obvious reason is because cases have gotten so expensive as well. With the player numbers rising with the hype of CS2 right here, the best series for knives are $1 to $3 to $500, $600, and those are the cheapest, keep in mind, are so outdated it's not even funny. The $200 knives are now over $700, at least some of them. A knife inside CS is what you obtain through a case, but also when you play the game, it's what you have on your character all of the time, rather than something else like a pistol, you only have it for half the game, versus a pair of gloves or a knife, you have it the entire time. And with cases being as expensive as they are, I don't really see anything changing. The only reason or how this could change is if Valve does something with regulating cases, which could be somewhat interesting. What we just saw with the most recent case update could do just that, or with how they released the Anubis package as of recently, where they put it on the shop, could possibly be some sort of new format we could see with cases in the next upcoming years, at least something they could try possibly, which that would just pretty much devalue those a whole lot, because they're not going to be rare to get the case to unbox, but they're going to be cheap as hell. If there was a case that was put on the storefront page of side CSGO or CS2 in the future, there'd be thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of those knives, depending on how rare they make them, because of the amount of people wanting to unbox them. That's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Our last question up here for today's video is from Max. Should you sell your case investments now, or should you wait for the full release of CS2? Sell in the hype. So yeah, that's exactly what I would do, is sell during the hype and not right now. Right now is a little bit weird. We just had that case update where now you can only get at least one guaranteed one every single week when you rank up, which is very nice, versus before you'd get one, but you wouldn't know when you would get it. It would just be so randomly throughout the week. And you could possibly get 3, but that's not really the case. No pun intended there. I think the full release of CS2, when everyone can actually get a chance to play it and not just see 2 maps, that being Dust 2 and Mirage, is going to create a lot of people to want to buy skins and open cases. And this would be the best time for you to sell them, at least at that point. Only thing I would say and add to this question is do not get greedy. If you've been buying into the breakout, for an example, since they were $1 to $4, do not get greedy when they hit $12 or $15 and try and see if they go to 20. Just cash out when they hit that new all-time high, or when you're ready to specifically. And if you need that money especially, just do it. That's my best advice. I've seen so many people, including myself, get burned because of them being greedy and not wanting to take profits when they should. Now, in regards to the giveaway for Mando Monday 2 weeks ago, which was the last one we did, the winner of the giveaway, which was an AK-47 Slate Snat Track Battle Scarred, one of the highest floats, so this looks very dark versus all the other ones, 4 times Copenhagen Flames Holocraft from Stockholm 2021, Yaboku won. Now you can enter and win other giveaways through every other Mando Monday, and also my 20k giveaway, which we're going to be giving away in a 4 sprint stream, some stickers, some cases, and some other higher tier things as well. Be more decided towards that closing date. Is the same way you enter any other week. You just like, you subscribe, and you comment down on this video, specifically Mando Mondays. You either have your Steam ID linked in your bio somewhere, or in your bio on YouTube, or put it in the comment when you comment. Now, the reason you can't leave any links, well, YouTube and people online kind of suck. There's a lot of scams that go around, and I can't have that. So best of luck for everyone next week, and for the 20k giveaway. That wraps up this week's episode of Mando Monday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the delay. I'm happy we're making these once again. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.